Up next, the Capital One Obstacle Rush.
Well, the obstacle rush leaves the quarterbacks out of it, Kenny. It's just the athletes get out there and do their running around. And what they've got to do is they got to go through a driving sled. They get off that real quick. They run through a little gauntlet. Then they go through a little dummy scenario like a slalom course. Then the tough one because they have a full head of steam coming into the ropes. Then they have to go through the ropes, and they can't miss any ropes. They can't miss any of the holes in there. And then they finish with a 40-yard sprint towards the end for time. There'll be 1-second penalties if for any reason they miss the ropes.
In the Capital One Obstacle Rush, Andre Davis finished with a score of 17.6. Travis Stevens in 17.82. Next up is UCLA's DeShaun Foster. And here is DeShaun Foster, the UCLA Bruin great, third all-time, 3,454 yards on the ground. DeShaun Foster says he idolized Earl Campbell. And now the final stretch.
It's going to be a little bit slower.
New Orleans, let's hear it for DeShaun Foster.
You know where he got him, Kenny? Right at the beginning. He got off the dummy, and he took a second to look for the ball. You know, running backs normally, when they take off, they come out of their stance, and the quarterback's finding them to hand them the ball.
Right.
But he gathered a little time, accumulated some time as he was looking for the ball before he got through the gauntlet. He didn't hit the gauntlet with a full head of speed.
So Andre Davis still with the time to beat of 17.6 seconds. Two competitors remaining. Up next, the all-time leader in receiving yardage in the Southeastern Conference from LSU, Josh Reed. The time to beat, 17.6. Not miss a rope.
It's going to be close.
Real close.
It jumps him up into second unofficially. Look at the body. Look at the control over his body. He's got a little lean as he comes through there, settles down nice. Cost him a second right there. Not a second penalty, but just enough. He would have gotten the lead in this event if he didn't get snagged on that first rope.
No penalty points, just a fraction of a second off the pace.
And our final competitor.
So things looking good for Andre Davis. Here's Javon Walker, who along with George Godsey won our first event, the FedEx Aaron Ground Challenge.
You know, as I said, he went through that first event. It looked near effortlessly. I mean, he looked like he didn't even try. He just ran through it nice and smooth, didn't stop. And, of course, another one of those great Florida State athletes that come out of there, it seems, almost every year that NFL scouts are drooling over those Florida State athletes, and then when they're eligible and their time is up. I love his size. Let's see how he handles the obstacle course.
Javon Walker looking to make it 2 for 2 for himself and George Godsey. The ACC pairing here today. Made it look easy.
Man, he needs to make up some time right here. He's got it.
How effortless did he go through those ropes?
That's what all the fuss is about. You know, they go to the combines, and they're going to go. They went to the Senior Bowl and the bowl games, and they see him, and these guys are going to get measured. He's going to have to run these things 10 more times before the draft gets here. But if he runs them like that, expect him to go high.
Look at that.
That's like a sewing machine.
Wow.
That looked like a sewing machine. What a fluid runner.
And he knows it. Pushing Andre Davis down into second place in the obstacle rush. Javon Walker. Bill making it 2 for 2.
You weren't running. Huh?
Godsey's got himself a nice ride going.
Who chose these teams?
Yeah, no question. George Godsey, the quarterback of Georgia Tech, and of course Javon Walker's partner here today. He can just sit back and enjoy the ride. 2 for 2 in their events.